Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. Welcome back to the 24 hours of mental health stream here. We are on race number 18. I think it's 18 now. I've actually lost track of how many races we've gone through. Myself, King Kodiak, in the box with the wonderful, the beautiful Jess. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everybody. And yes, we've got Baku. Yes, when I signed up to commentate, I didn't know it was going to be this, but it should be a good one. I'm expecting carnage. Hopefully, not too much carnage, please, on a Sunday morning. But we used to be the European Grand Prix back in 2016, and we had some races that were very good, some races that were awful, and some races which were a bit nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully this one should be good.
Absolutely so. You can tell I'm very rusty because I can't make the overlays work. So, and the stream has seen me very hurriedly try to fix it. Never mind, I can't get the overlay to work properly. So you've got the Discord images of our faces right now. We've got 18 drivers in, so we're waiting for the last few to get in the lobby. We could have a look at championship standings, although I've just had the actually, you do that bit, Jess, whilst I make sure that I'm pointing everything in the right direction for when we do go live. One-shot qualifying, same as everything else. We head to the streets of Baku for round number 18. 26 laps do join us. How is the championship standings looking, Jess?
I need to get it open because I don't have it open yet.
Actually, what I can do is if I turn the stream back to the lobby, which is like that, I can then bring up the championship standings information.
I've got it up.
Yep, just as I have. Hang on a minute, let me do that, and we can see exactly how it looks. So NSX, the one-man army, are still at the top. How, Montana? How have you done it? Absolutely amazing. 512 points up top, ahead of BBE, and then the Baguette Connection, probably it is one of my favourite team names of the entire series, in third place on 372, just 4 points. 4 points after 16 races, as we unfortunately were unable to do Brazil. Then it's ATX in one of the McLaren squads in fourth place. Again, just a further 7 points back. So a real hot battle there for second in the championship. Then X Esports in it says position 8 on the left-hand side. Just someone hasn't corrected that. It's fifth place. But you can see the shuffling that has gone on from the last round. IRT next on 282. And then BBC, the Bunga Bunga Corporation, next down. Then TGF is the next one. NPC. Cooking Pots Esports and the commentary team still hanging on in there.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Not biased, of course.
No, not the same amount of bias as everybody else. But yes, we are counting in. Would you like to take the quali lap, or would you like to take the opening laps of the race?
I think whatever we do in this race, we'll do the opposite in the same race. So
that sounds like a brilliant call. Which would you like for Baku?
I would like the start of the race in Baku, and I'll do the quali lap in Zandvoort because Zandvoort quali lap gives me a warm up for tonight.
Yes, because you are racing tonight. Where are you racing? Yes,
I'm racing around Zandvoort, and then I'm commentating straight after. So there we go. Gives me plenty of stead. So yeah, I'll let you take through the quali lap around Baku. I don't know who we're going to go on board with.
Well, we'll find it when we get there. Come on then. Oh, I need to turn the mind overlay back on. That one does work. There we go. Looks dry. So the dry was set to dynamic weather. Doesn't mean it'll be dry for the race. Let us see then. Montana saying theoretically could be done after this. I think the championship should be yours out of just merit, quite frankly.
I agree.
Oh, goodness me. Absolute fair play, Montana. You've been absolutely brilliant all stream long. However, plenty of racing right behind them to figure out. 10 more seconds before the one-shot quali doth begin. Let us see then how we Get on. This is always an anxious moment, waiting for the quality to start, waiting for the racing to start. Who have we got? It is no, it's not. It's Carlson, who I swear was in a McLaren last time I saw him. Come on, camera, work with me here. There we go. Right, screaming on down towards turn 1. Catch the apex quite nicely. It is, of course, a street circuit, so every corner is absolutely deadly. Into turn 2. I need to get my track map up. There we go. Apologies then. All the way down to what I will always nickname loose drain cover street, and we're riding in a Williams, so expect the floor to detonate any minute. Yes, I do remember that. Right, turn 3. Oh, flirting with the walls, as you have to do at every corner here. Now 4. Watch the apex on the right-hand side. It's slightly raised. Now, short run down towards turn 5. That runoff area will be utilised, no doubt. A little bit cautious coming through at 5 and 6, but Carlson's rising up the order, as you can see. Now, probably the most deadly part of the lap. Turn 7, then through the castle section, turns 8 through to 12. Such a narrow opening, and I always think they're going to hit the wall. But of course, Carlson doesn't. He knows what he's doing. Bagaga didn't, and a retirement there in one of the Ferraris. Now it is time to deploy the horses. Turns 12 through to 15. Downhill braking zone. That will catch people out. And they flirting with the wall on the outside line once more. Now down to 16. One of the most crucial corners to get right because you're on the gas for such a long period of time. Not bad at all for Carlson. Catches the little tiny bit of wheel spin, but nothing too bad. And then it is a flat-out ride all the way through from turn 16 through to 20. Let us see how the times are going to fall. Well, is it Left for Dead in the Aston that's going to take the pole spot? We won't know until all the cars have crossed. It was indeed a 39.350 for Left for Dead, 0.2 of a second ahead of Tima Zelenkovic. Well, Tima is no slouch either.
No, there's some very quick times there. That's probably way quicker than what I could do around Zandvoort. About a tenth separating the top 2, with Left for Dead in first and Tima Zelenkovic in P2 and Montana in P3. Yeah, realistically, they could win the title after this, but can we just give it to it now? Joking. There's still a few more races to go after that. So we got Left for Dead, Tima Zelenkovic, Montana, Carlson, Fox Blue, Thomas 33, Blackberry Hall, Fatty Bomboy, Skyzy, good to see him here, Andrea, Kenny, Cablerano, Paul, Silent Thief, Klein, Jack09. Who is in the Red Bull? I don't know. It's not Nathan. I know it's someone else, but it could be one of Nathan's friends.
It isn't Nathan. It's not Nathan
No,
Richards.
it's not
He already confirmed he wasn't racing this one.
Yeah, and the commentary team's in the McLaren, so I know it's not them.
Also very true. Oh, it's a bit cloudy, so might we be seeing rain a bit later on around the streets of Baku? Well, we will see. Now that the holds have been very long at this point, where the drivers are making their necessary setup changes, planning their strategy for this 50% race. But to talk you through the initial moments of Baku, all yours, Jess.
Thank you very much, Chris. This track was designed by Herman Tilke, as is a lot of the track nowadays as well. And most recently, I think there's quite a few more street circuits going to be going onto the calendar, which I'm personally not a big fan, even though Las Vegas was pretty good.
Boo. Yeah, I'm there with you on that one.
Yeah, I like the more traditional track. I want Kyle Army back on the calendar. I want Malaysia, even though we're not going to get Malaysia back. They confirmed that. But yeah, I want the traditional tracks back because some of the street circuits are a bit long. Baku, I think, is one of those tracks that could provide some good entertainment, but sometimes it could be boring and sometimes it could be even more chaos. I've just done quite well in Baku in the past, but in F2 cars is absolutely awful. Hopefully we're about to get going shortly. They're taking a while to get their setups, of course, and their strategies. I would say, I'm just trying to think, have I written down the strategy? No, I haven't written down the strategies. That's how unprepared I am in terms of strategies. I've written down the track notes. I've got all the track notes for every track, but not the strategies for every track. You just wait till Zandvoort.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, you're well, never mind. All yours.
Okay, so the 5 red lights are on for round number 18 in Baku, and it is go, go, go. Let's see who has a great start. We got the Aston Martin who tried to cover off the Red Bull, but it didn't work. The Red Bull leads into turn 1. We've got the Williams and the Haas side by side. Down this straight in towards turn 2 and 3. They all make it through unscathed, but this is the heavy braking zone where people will find it tricky. There was a bit of a squirm, I think, for one of the Ferraris, yellow flag, and we have a Red Bull that's gone off. And that, I think they got no damage. No, they don't. So that is good. A small side-by-side action from one of the McLarens in the background. Oh, there's contact. Big contact in the background. Thomas is round, and he's down into 17th. Not too bad, but a few carnage happening at the back.
Well, as is always the way, really, in Baku, you're never going to get a completely clean race. But Tima Zelenkovic, the only one starting on the soft tyres, is checking out up top. Oh, I'm getting my overlay now completely wrong. Apologies. Let's get the track map on. Yes, there we go. Virtual safety car already out, and Silent Thief with a penalty, apparently, for impact with Kleindrak. So he's already down at the back. And, oh, dear, we have a retirement already.
Is that a safety car?
Surely.
Castle section.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, of course it was the castle section. So that's the Haas out. Fatty Bomboy. Well, at least I don't have to try and...
Safety car.
Well, virtual safety car's already out. Yeah, and the physical one has...
There's a yellow dot. There's a yellow dot.
Good spot. The physical one is deployed. So, yeah, it didn't take long, did it? Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, we had... how many safety cars we had at Singapore? I lost count. But then Singapore always is the breeding ground of the safety car, let's be honest. So anyone with damaged front wings now has the opportunity to dive into the pits and get them dealt with. Silent Thief falling down to 17th spot, as we can see there. So let's have a look at who's done well and who hasn't with the start. Bagaga, who's retired from qualifying up into, up 8 places from where he began. And there we go, we can see people diving into the pits. For 5 cars jumping in. So Kenny, Cablano, 7 I think have dived in. So Skyzy, yeah, it's quite a lot of people getting front wings changed, tyres changed. Skyzy going on to soft tyres at this point in the race. You're banking on another safety car, sir, and that's here at Baku. That is not an unreasonable assumption to make. But the one man that won't be happy with this is Tima Zelenkovic. He was hoping to be able to break away and started to do so, but sadly the safety car now bunching them all up once more.
Interestingly that he's on the soft tyres and decided to stay out, but I'm guessing he wants to stretch out his gap a little bit and praying for a safety car later on in the race. We can dive it in and go on to a set maybe of the hard compounder tyres. I'm almost certain it's going to be soft to hard tyres. It is not impossible around here, but it is very tricky. It's about 5/10 difference between the softs and the mediums, about a second between the softs and the hards. So I would expect Zenglicic to really pull up the gap that he needs to, and that was why he was able to get past the Aston Martin so quickly at the start of the race too. I expect around 9-10 laps the softs will die a little bit, but the mediums will come into play, I think, 7 laps in. So watch out for Blackberry Hall, Andrea Berger. I can't even say his name. It's morning. I'm not used to commentating in the morning. I'm used to commentating at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm there with. Was it the Ferrari you were struggling with?
Yeah. But, it was Ferrari. Yeah, all the leagues I commentate on, it starts at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, I'm there with you on that one. Yeah, Bagaga is how I've been saying that.
Okay.
I don't know if that's right. That's just what I'm going with. Right,
and if someone could say it in chat if it's wrong, or let us know and all that jazz.
If Montana wins the championship, well, strictly speaking, yes, but there's plenty of battling going on behind him. I can say him rather than Team NSX. If Montana wins, yes, he potentially could secure the championship as far as that is concerned, but you know, the next 3 positions are separated by just over 10 points. So BBE, Brexit Ballers Esports, Baguette Connection, and Artifact Sim Racing all have the potential to secure second. Well, secure second between themselves, pretty much. Yeah, there's plenty of positions to secure behind them.
Yes, the gap the maximum amount of points available is between now and Silverstone, 152 points. So basically what Montana needs to do is to outscore BBE by, hold on, let me do the maths. 16 points.
Something like that, yeah. That's
So he needs to outscore BBE by 16 points. If he does that, then he's crowned the champion of the 24 hours of mental health. I could do maths, people. I'm not that stupid.
You did far better than I did. Maths was never my strong suit. I can do the talky bit.
Yeah, I can do the talky bit.
Yeah, when it comes to the thinking bit, I'm not so good with. But
yeah, that's why I'm more of a creative person than a logical person. I used to be quite a logical person, but I'm more of a creative person, as you can tell.
I am a bit more on the logical side of things. I can follow a process beginning to end. I couldn't create. Yeah, I can't create anything.
Who's racing for BBE?
Who is the BBE?
Is he the guy in P16?
Nathanius Ricardus. I'm guessing so.
I don't know who's racing.
Or whose team are racing for. I'm not entirely certain. Well,
BBE is Red Bull.
Yeah,
one of the Red Bulls.
Yeah, so it's either Tima Zelenkovic or it's Nathanius Ricardus. Right.
I love that name.
That is good. Safety car is in, so Tima now backing up the pack. So it is Nathanius Ricardus. So it is the 16th place runner. So the pack is properly backed up now under the control of Tima Zelenkovic. He will now floor it at a given stage. So Lefferded in the Aston Martin looking to stay glued to the diffuser of the Red Bull. And there he goes. Oh, Tima's timed that absolutely perfectly. So off he sprints into the distance with Lefferded and Carlson arguing for second place side by side between the Williams and the Aston Martin coming down towards turn one. No, the Williams backs out of that one quite wisely. We've got passing going on slightly further back. Lots of side-by-sides, as you would imagine, coming down into turn one. It gets pretty narrow there at the best of times, running on board with the Mercedes of Paul. No, he's outbraked himself. He hits the back of a Klein track, but both cars managed to survive the day.
Wow.
I thought that was going to be... I think we're used to league racing levels of damage. I think the damage is a bit reduced, but that impact I thought was going to send the Williams round. So still a fair amount of arguing further back. Oh, wow. Tima Zelenkovic just jumped to you as he literally chucks the car into turns 5 and 6. He's absolutely wringing the neck of the Red Bull.
He's throwing the car, isn't he? I'm just trying to find the other Red Bull. NPC Racing he's racing for.
Ah, okay.
And their car is sitting in P 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. P9 in the championship, so they would probably go way up in the standings after that. So as long as they can keep this up, then they can score some decent points. And don't forget, a win is 38 points. And second is 35, third is 32, 30, 27, 25, 22, etc. Yellow flag, that is...
Nathanius Ricardus has had a bit of a moment.
It is Nathan, it's a last minute change, I think.
Oh, and he's doing a 300-point turn to try and get the Red Bull round. Oh dear. Slightly more in this great mid-pack field. We've got Matty, Thomas, Kenny, and Skyzy. Look at that, 3 wide, nearly 4 wide, coming down towards turn 1. It is very close between them as the AlphaTauri nearly gets squeezed onto the inside line. It is 4 wide now as the Ferrari of Skyzy has just nailed 2 of them. Heading down towards... Oh, commentator curse. I'll take that one. Skyzy has now been spun round slightly. Oh, it's chaos in Baku. What else do we expect? It's a street circuit.
Very, very chaos. We're trying to cover the action. Then we see someone else going in the runoff. That is Cabbiano, who's gone off. He's got the car stopped in time. Luckily, there's no cars around him, so he's able to do a safe rejoin as well. As a 2.1 gap separating the top 2 currently, so he is stretching the gap that he needs to. As Leoparded's just about avoids the wall, heading towards the castle section. very nicely done. You got to cut the right-hand side line in order to do that. Sometimes the racing line tells you to do this, but you do not do it like that. You got to take a different line. If we got a retirement.
Trouble.
Thomas 33 is out. VSC is deployed again.
Is that in the
Safety
castle?
car.
Safety car again. Yeah, it was indeed in the castle section. The AlphaTauri burying itself in the wall. So that's 2 cars now that have decided to take to try and do the castle tour a little bit too early. And yes, safety car once more. I think we kind of expected this, really. Well, I kind of did. I thought we'd see a few
What did we
safety
sign
cars.
up for?
Well, a certain Mr. Richards tried to sign me up for 5:20 in the morning. He reckoned I put that on my availability, and I will die on the hill that I didn't. So 2 down, and well, we'll see how many survive when the checkered flag falls. And in comes our race leader, plus another 3 at least medium tyres going onto Team Milenkovic's car. So that will pay out quite nicely for him. Look at that, the top half of the field all in the pits now. So strategies being furiously reworked. Timo wants to take those medium tyres to the end, and Kenny's just going to sneak ahead of him. And there we go. We're now running on board with the Mercedes of Paul. Now the whole field completely changing around. So race leader now of the AlphaTauri of Kenny.
IRT. It is definitely IRT because I just looked at the standings.
Okay, dokie. Yes. So the 6th place team. Their nearest rival is the X Esports team, one of the Astons.
And BBC as well. But that's a big gap though.
They're
between those 2 teams.
Yeah, certainly their closest rival is the X Esports squad. So we're now going to have to wait for Mr. Richards to catch the back on soft tyres at this stage. Again, he's banking on another safety car. And as we said before, the safety car can only be deployed a certain amount of times, in fairness. So we're not going to have safety cars the entire race.
Oh, Jav is engineering Kenny at the moment.
Okay.
So Jav could be cooking. You never know. I think he's banking on another safety car, which is still possible. I think we've had technically 2 VSCs and 2 safety cars. I think we ran out already. I might be wrong.
I thought it was 3 physical safety cars, but I don't know what I don't know what the limit actually is. If
It used to be 6, but I think they decreased it.
Oh, we'll be here till next week doing Baku if there were 6 safety cars.
Oh, yeah, well, actually, no, it used to be 5, but I think it's now dropped down to 3 or 4. One
There's
safety car
one
left.
safety
Okay,
car left,
cool.
yeah.
So it's 4 safety car. Yeah, it used to be 5 on the last game, so they decreased it to 4. Thank you.
Right, yes.
I couldn't cope with 5 safety cars in one in one race. So yeah, I'm glad Cody's have decreased 1 safety car frequency.
Okay then, so Nathanias Ricardus is back on the. It's kind of apt really saying Ricardus instead of Ricardo for a Red Bull in my mind. So I'm going to run with that. I'm going to run with Mr. Ricardus now catching and now falling off the back of the field. Strangely. So
Did he spin again? No, he didn't.
No. He just was a little slow getting on the gas for some odd reason. But then he has been going all night. we can cut him a bit of slack.
He's been up since like 11 yesterday.
Yeah, so he is pushing. What was he up to? 20 hours, which I can't do. I couldn't do it when I was young, let alone now, and I'm an old duffer.
I pretty much did it in the last event, but I fell asleep for like 1 hour because I needed the sleep. I did try to go to sleep in between the stuff I wasn't doing, but
you couldn't.
I just couldn't. So a few people that have been staying up 24 hours, you can back me up on this. If it gets past a certain threshold, like for me, if it's past like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., like you can't get back to sleep. You just can't. So it's just like, oh, there's no point in me going back to sleep. I'll just stay up. But if obviously if I have something on the next day, I have to go to sleep, which is, not good. But fair play to anyone. Obviously Montana's been up for the entire thing as well. How many wins has he got? He's had 3 wins so far to his name. He won in Singapore, Hungary, and Monaco. Well, I'm not surprised he's won at Monaco. He's a Monaco merchant.
In the wet as well.
In the wet. Oh God, no. Oh no, the VOD's not available. I can't watch it back.
No,
I want to watch it.
I thought they fixed that, didn't they?
Oh, they fixed it. Oh my God, if they fixed it, I'm watching it back.
I think they fixed that. I'm pretty sure we haven't got the first block of 5 races. I think it is 4 or 5 races, but after that they did fix it. So the VOD is saved.
I think it was after. I think like 9 o'clock or something. Yeah, it was 10 hours ago.
Safety car in this lap. So then here we go again. Man won by 1 minute 20 seconds at Monaco. Good God.
He lapped everybody.
Wow. Yeah, Monaco Merchant indeed. So yes, as the donate link describes, we are here raising money for the Mind charity, raising awareness and support for mental health issues. We're up to over £200. I think we are really pushing for 1,000. So any donation you can make, big or small, doesn't really matter. All donations are very well received and go a long way. As we get racing once again, Kenny leads the way. Timo Zelenkovic behind him, and Paul rounding up the top 3. As we go, you can see the field getting a little bit fidgety behind Montana. The one-man army just about fending off the advances of Carlson. Timo Zelenkovic, you can see at the bottom of the shot there, using his softer tyres. Oh, we've got trouble already. That's not, is it? Oh, it is. Oh no, it's Drac that has had a bit of a problem there. You're flying off into the
and Blackberry Hall.
Blackberry Hall. Well, last time I tried to commentate on Blackberry Hall, he was a ghost all race. He didn't actually get into the lobby, so he made it better than last time. I saw him earlier on in the series. Oh no, that's again another 300-point turn for Mr. Ricardus. So the Red Bull then getting back underway, just about beats Klein Drac to it. But again, Timo Zelenkovic getting off into the lead. Oh, that's Caballano. Is it Caballano or Capilano? Ooh, oh no, that's impact again, but just about manages to keep out of the wall.
No, he's in the wall, and he's out.
Oh no, that's Matty that's gone into the wall. And there's a VSC this time. Oh no, the safety car's out again.
That's the last safety car.
Well, yeah, I hope so. It's just everyone's like, yeah, we're going, we're not. We're going, we're not.
Are we actually going to get a DRS lap?
I don't think we haven't had one, have we? No, that's a great point, actually. We haven't had
can we actually commentate, please?
Yeah, we've been filling in all race as opposed to commentating it. Oh, goodness me. Such is the nature of the job, isn't it?
Exactly. Like, I think I remember it was simulation damage, I think, in Baku when I think a couple of, on that 121, I think it was, there was 5 finishers and we had like 4 or 5 safety cars in the space of 10 laps.
Oh my God, simulation damage here. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself through that? That is absolutely
we're on this game. Baku's a lot better anyway. So,
goodness me.
So luckily we didn't have that extreme safety cars on this game. When we did it with simulation damage before, I think we only had the one. As we got Kenny who's in on softs. Brave. I don't think softs are going to get to the end of the race, but I think we ran out of safety cars, so they're thinking there's going to be another safety car, but no, there's not going to be any.
I agree. I think that's what he's thinking of there. But this is probably the half of the field that didn't come into the pits last time around.
And Nathan's in again.
Some cars have been in 3 times already. And
let's check the stops. Silent Thief, Klein, Nathan Ricardus is, I'm calling him that, I'm sorry, I've done 3 stops. The commentary team is down in 15th.
Oh dear. This is not going to be one of our finest moments, is it?
No. Well, I'm not racing because they're they only allow line and ABS, and I rely on traction control way too much. So medium. Don't worry, it's not full. I'm not that of a weirdo. I do run medium.
Obviously, whereas me, the one time I did race, and I do keep referencing this, but this is why I go for the commentary box and not the driver's seat in Brazil. And Mr. Ricardus was there on this occasion. I was lapped on lap 3 at Brazil. at
But
Brazil.
to be fair, you were called in last minute. So
I
you
was
didn't
called
get
in last minute, and I've never raced. Someone has lost a bit of their front wing. I saw it bouncing along the straight between turns 15 and 16.
Oh, that was... I don't know. Oh, the Mercedes is... Oh, that's just about avoided the... Whoa!
Oh, dear.
Left 4 Dead's out.
Left 4 Dead is... How have you done that? How on earth did you just do that?
How did you do that on the safety car?
Oh, he didn't do a blooming...
George Russell.
No, who was it that said Grosjean hit me? Who was it?
It's Grosjean's
Oh, it
engineer
was-
saying it was I think Ericsson hit us.
Oh, it was Ericsson saying that he apparently hit Grosjean. Yes, that's right. Yeah, but that was here. Oh, that wasn't on that turn.
No, I think it was turn 15, 16.
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah. And under safety car conditions, more pit stops going on. Kenny,
Oh my
Kiplano
God.
and Paul now in. Is that going to be 4 pit stops now? No, not quite. That's 3, 2, and 3.
We've had 4 safety cars in 10 laps. Yes.
Yes, we have. So there's been more safety car. The safety car has done quite a lot of laps. You know, it's actually a contender to score points.
More
in
than
this
Singapore.
race.
More than Singapore.
Oh God, was it really that bad? Wow,
Well, how many safety cars did we have in Singapore? I was racing, so I don't even know.
I saw some of it, and they ran out of safety cars in Singapore.
All right, but did they have like 3? Did they have that in the space of the first half of the race though?
Yes, yeah, they did. Apparently, Mr. Ricardo's has just overtaken Klein Drac for 8th.
Even Las Vegas we had less safety cars, and we were expecting more in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think my first commentary at Las Vegas, I remember that was ridiculous. It was
HGL or WR?
No, it wasn't either, I don't think. I think it was the 24 hours of F1, actually the first time I did Las Vegas.
It was, wasn't it?
That was carnage. It was lap 1
It was carnage.
turn
But
6
luckily
or
no
something like
safety cars were turned off, they were turned off, so... Safety cars in this lap, though.
Safety cars in again.
So the Red Bull of Tima Zegletich from MPC Racing is going to be leading the field away. Hopefully, I think we should be getting uninterrupted races at the end of this race, but knowing us in the game, they might give us one more safety car. I hope not. And Jab said Beth Milan have been on track the same amount of times as Montana at this rate. It could be. Montana's in 3rd, though. So at this rate, I think I'm almost certain Montana will be crowned 24 hours of mental health champion. But we'll see what Tima could do. When's he going to go? He's going to leave it.
There we go.
Nope, he's going right now. He's going to use his overtake. He wants to make sure no one could overtake him. The mediums could get to the end at this point, but we could see side by side action happening in the background with the Ferrari and the Williams. We also got the Red Bull and the McLaren go side by side towards turn number 1, 2. There's action everywhere. We got the Ferrari past the Alpine up into 4th place. Good job from them. We got Nathan out.
Nathan out. Oh, goodness me. Nathan. And that's, Paul's lost his front wing. Well, no safety cars because we have none left.
We have none left. I need to go in the Twitch chat and ban a certain message. Hang on. I'll do it.
Klein Drac is right. Well, you do that whilst I talk about what's happened here. Klein Drac has been nudged by Paul, I think it was. Well, he's the only one behind him. So, oh dear, oh dear. Chaos ensues here in Baku. But we are racing nonetheless. Bernd Meinlander has had enough. We're running on board with Skyzy as Fox Blue just banzais the inside of him coming down towards turn 7 and manages to make it stick the Aston Martin up 1 place. Oh God. Any wonder that I could not race at Baku. I can't race anywhere, but I could not race at Baku.
I can finish around Baku, but I'm slow.
I'd be the wrong side of the ball. I'm pretty certain of it. Oh, Cablano. Oh, that was close. A lot of locked up. A lot of locking up there coming towards the back of Skyzy there. Three-way fight there for 8th place between Kenny, Skyzy and Cablano. The soft shot Alfa Romeo wants to get on with it against the hard shot Ferrari ahead of him. It's of course, no DRS. DRS hasn't been used all race long so far. Half the race before the DRS is even available to anybody. As Timo Zelenkovic gets the fastest lap without any surprise to anyone. There goes the Alfa Romeo of Cablano on the inside line heading down towards turn 1. Silent Thief just on the background of the shot going into the pits, and that's a clean move for the Alfa Romeo up into 9th place. So Silent Thief and Paul, and is Drac coming in as well? Yes, he does. So this will be 4 pit stops now for some cars, I think. So, I mean, that was unfortunate. We've lost 5 cars before the halfway distance. Hopefully we will have someone to take the checkered flag at the end of the race.
Hopefully we will. And don't forget, if they DNF, -5 points. So the gap now between BBE and NXX, 141.
Oh, side by side, McLaren and Alpine with an Aston Martin screaming through as well. Fox Blue gains another position.
Ooh.
Bit of a lock up there, a little bit uncomfortable coming out of turn 7. That seems to be Fox Blue's spot. Oh, trouble towards the back, or is that a ghosted car? No, that's Klein Drac that has given it too many beans on the hard tyres too early and slightly spun the car. Montana is still on the back of Carlson, so battle for second place still continuing between those two. Timo Zelenkovic hasn't run on too far into the distance, but certainly has broken DRS.
Oh, Skysy's out.
Oh, Skysy's out. That's a retirement at... Well, we can see the stationary Ferrari dot there. That was on the run towards turn 15. Slightly unusual place. But, oh dear. Another car has gone. 12 remain.
Oh my God! How many? We're gonna have a lot of -5s in this
DRS,
race.
we have DRS. Woohoo!
Finally! Oh my God!
Dear.
We got Fox Blue going side by side with the McLaren, and he gets the move done. Very nicely done. He got a bit squirmy then, the McLaren in towards turn 1, and towards turn 2 and 3. Now to the inside goes the McLaren. Oh, late on the brakes. There's a lot of tyre smoke. I can't turn it off on my
same here.
It's annoying that they just say, turn it off, it'll make a difference. I can't. It's console. As they make their way towards turn 4 now. I think they just about keep it clean. By the way, the ones who are finishing, they're going to score some decent points out of all of this. It's going to be huge.
Absolutely. So that is really going to shuffle some of the midfield championship positions. There's real scrap here from 5th down to 9th. That's Andrea, Fox Blue, Kenny, Cablano, and
it was
Blackberry
Spaghetti
Hall.
Connection that was out, I think.
Yes, they tend to run the Ferrari. Yeah, that's right. As side by side, 9 to the castle section. Oh God, there's another one.
No.
Side by side in the castle. Oh, you utterly balmy. But Cablano, well, I was riding on board with you, and yeah.
That was I. Sorry.
That's nearly half the field.
I don't normally laugh like this, but it's 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't expect this much professionalism from us at this time of the day. I make no apology for it.
If you want more professionalism, watch me and Chris on our respective leagues today and tomorrow.
Yes, very much so. Where are you later?
One Hub. And you at WOR, aren't you?
I will be at WOR tomorrow with the aforementioned Mr. Ricardus, who's just lost us 5 points.
No, that's BBE that's lost 5 points.
Well, a lot of teams are losing 5 points at this rate with all the crashes out that we've had. But anyway, let's concentrate on some racing, shall we, whilst we actually have some. We are over halfway. DRS is at least available, and there's no sign of rain. I mean, God, can you imagine rain as well?
Oh, God.
And I think the weather was set to dynamic, so it was actually possible, but thankfully we haven't got it. Oh, and that's off the wall for Andrea. That's an easy pass there for Foxbury. He's gained quite a few positions. Every time I've looked at him, he's gained a position.
Oh, no. Look at Andrea. He's got no front wing.
Well, he just literally just bounced off the wall quite heavily. So we saw the incident happen. Yep, there it is. Absolutely.
Sorry, I'll be more professional. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I'm not. Yeah. Well,
oh, God.
Oh, we're going to have fun at this time of the morning. When you get towards the end of a 24-hour event, even though we have slept, there is still the fatigue, the tiredness from a number of people. So, and Andrea managed to make it through the castle section with no nose. So, but then...
Well, he's going to be fast on the He's going to be fast on the straights. I'll give you that.
Well, yeah.
But he needs to break early in the... Oh, he's being smart. He's breaking early in the corner. Brilliant stuff. But I know people in back with no front wing that brake at exactly the same time as normal, and they struggle to compute as to why they retired. Well, you had no front wing, and you brake at the you don't brake later, you brake earlier.
Yes.
Oh God, Andrea. Oh my God.
He's still giving him plenty of beans. I grant you that. But
Please pit. Thank you.
Can you imagine? Can you
imagine if we didn't pit? Oh, he avoids the wall. Thank you very much.
I thought that was going to be speeding in the pit lane penalty there, but managed to get away with that.
I got that in Austria yesterday when I was racing in F2.
No,
yeah.
well...
It only lost me one place, though. So I'll take it. Anyway, racing, we got Fox Blue getting past Berger, whatever you say it.
Bagaga.
He's up to fourth placing towards turn 4, and we got a battle. We had a battle in the background between... Oh, it's still between the Aston Martin and the Ferrari as well. And we got IRT Kenny who's catching up as well. He's done 3 stops and he's in 6th place.
Very true.
So that is so the ones that are still in this race, full credit. I mean, I don't know how I would do it. I would probably be out of this race now, knowing me.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead. Yeah, I'd have definitely detonated somewhere. Paul and Silent Thief, they're having an argument for 9th position, but I think that one's going to be... big slide there from the McLaren. From Silent Thief there. Manages just about to keep it on the road. But as Cablano has detonated his car, so he need not stay in the session anymore. Yeah, I hope this 3-way fight here for 4th does continue, because at least we have got something to talk about. Because the rest of the field, or the remainder of the field, have somewhat spread out, except for these 3. And also Paul and Silent Thief we were talking about. Paul's on much softer tyres, so he should be able to run away from his pursuer. I can imagine we will still have some cars trying to introduce themselves to the wall. Well, the wall tends to win that argument 9 times out of 10. As Bagaga in the Ferrari having a look on the inside line of turn 1 on Fox Blue. Can't quite get it done. Gets a bit squiggly on the exit in the traction zone. Bagaga is up, what was he, 13 placing from where he began.
Wow.
So I think well, ironically, there aren't 13 cars left. I don't think he could plummet enough to actually lose the driver of the day vote.
That is true. The only way is up. And let's actually, I'll check actually. For everybody, the only way is up unless you're Blackberry Hall.
That's brutal, but yes, that is true. That is pretty true.
But to be fair, he's maintained position. I'll give him that. He's doing a great job, but the nearest car is 20 seconds behind. So I'll give him credit for that. And we've got, Paul, Thief, and Kleinjack, the only way they can go is up.
Mm-hmm.
But the others... Matty's out. Oh, no, that was the one who retired later on.
Yeah, he retired a while ago. Kenny is now caught the back of Bagaga, so the Ferrari and the Alpine close to one another now, and that's Kenny is on fresher tyres than the Ferrari ahead of him, so it could be that Bagaga is starting to struggle a little bit more on those 10-lap old mediums. There's still the potential for more pit stops to occur with our remaining, what will be 10 laps to go in this. It turned into a race in the second half of it after the safety car demonstration fest. Bernd Mailander, I tell you what it is, probably the virtual Bernd Mailander has to do a certain amount of laps to keep his license. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Here comes Kenny, DRS overtake on Bagaga, and the Ferrari then slots into the tyre tracks of the AlphaTauri. I'm going to call it that whilst it's still referred to as an AlphaTauri. I can't bring myself to call it, what is it? Visa Cash App, whatever it is.
Visa Cash App RV. Their livery's lovely, but...
No, it's not. It's vile. I hate that one.
I prefer the McLaren though. The McLaren's beautiful.
Oh, that's a good-looking car.
That's my favourite livery, is McLaren. And one of the teams I'm supporting is McLaren.
Yeah.
Because of Lando and Piastri. Because they're 2 great drivers.
I quite like the Sauber actually.
I love the Sauber.
Yeah, the black with the really bright green accenting. It'll be last and lapped as it always is, but I do quite like that one.
They actually made, those 2 teams made the effort to put some colour in. I know McLaren have got a bit of black, but that's not carbon. That's part of their branding, so I could cope with that. Where you don't get me started on Alpine, please. Just don't.
Oh, it was. I think it was Nathan that was. We were having the livery discussion last night, and
Yeah.
The carbon and pink, basically.
Yeah, and I was watching, before I went to bed last night, I was watching the P1 podcast when they were talking about the Alpine livery and how they were slating it and all that. But anyway, we got IRT Kenny, who's catching up Fox Blue again, and the DRS straight, he's going to gain a lot of time. He's not using any ERS, so I think Kenny's got a lot of straight line speed compared to Fox Blue, so Fox Blue definitely wants to be a bit more stable in the corners. As he heads towards turn number 1, covers off to the right-hand side, clips it on the apex. Nicely done from the AlphaTauri. Once again, up into 4th spot, and he is catching Coulson in P3.
Yeah.
I swear he's in the wrong car, but
I reckon Carlson's in the wrong car. I'm convinced. I'm pretty certain he was in the McLaren last time.
Or it might have been that.
Or someone's in the wrong car, I think.
Yes, or 2 people could be in the wrong car.
I swear Carlson was in a McLaren last time I saw him. The fact he's in Williams this time, he's still running in 3rd. Let's not take that away from him. But he is definitely being caught.
It might be that he's in two different teams or whatever.
Well, yeah, like our friend Mr. Ricardus, that is that obviously isn't in the McLaren this time. We could have a 4-way fight here for 3rd because Kenny and Fox Blue are gaining on Carlson quite quickly.
Yeah.
And that if they start to fight, then Bagaga will be involved in that. But the Williams and the Ferrari,
get a race.
Yeah, very much so. But the Ferrari and the Williams have the oldest tyres of that particular quartet. Everyone else is very much spread out across the track. There's not a lot of pointers looking at them. Well, there's your race leader. There you go. There's Timo Zlenkovic. There's Montana, hero of the series.
He will be crowned champion as it stands.
Rightly so, quite frankly. He's done all these races on his own and still plans to do the final, what will be 3 races after this.
Montana, if you win the championship in this race, start from last in the final 3 races, please.
Oh, good. Oh, go to bed, man.
Or go to bed. You won the title. Or do Zandvoort and then
call it a day. Yeah, but I mean, he planned on doing them all, and that is what he's doing. Bagaga is in, so soft tyres on the Ferrari. Will he have enough time to make up the time he's lost getting those tyres changed? Who knows? But then, if he feels he wouldn't be able to keep it out of the wall, then he has taken the safer option there. He'll come out ahead of Andrea.
Do you get points for fastest lap?
Yes, I believe we do. So
also not a bad shout.
Not a bad shout as well. But I mean, if nothing else, it is a safety thing because how many cars we've lost already? 7 cars from an 18-car grid. So if nothing else, he's guaranteeing that his car will be able to stay out of the wall. It's now down to him. We'll see if that pays dividends for him. Carlson now has very much the company of Kenny as they're coming through the castle section now towards the 13 through to 15 downhill slalom. And not far behind them, Fox Blue is waiting in the wings. So there's still a 3-way fight potentially brewing for third place.
That was close to the wall.
That was
close to the wall from ATX. And I can confirm that someone in the chat saying that they should be in the McLaren. Yeah. So we were right.
So yeah, a couple of people have got it wrong, but we'll carry on anyway. I'm sure it'll just be a one-off, hopefully. But Probably.
We got Kenny, who's caught up to the back of Coulson. As you were saying, Chris, earlier on, it could be a 3 or 4-way scrap for the podium spots, which could make a difference in this championship. To the inside, and Kenny is quick, and he is absolutely. Oh my goodness, that was almost retirement. And he didn't make it stick there, and I think Carlson's going to get some DRS in this straight. So Jazz probably called a commentator's curse almost in the chat because he said he was cooking, and then he almost had a bit of an off.
Wow.
So yeah, Jab, you did that. Okay.
Oh, Fox.
But he's in 3rd.
Well, we do have a battle for 6th at Fox Blue, who's just pitted, trying to get some heat into his tyres. Has got Bagaga now coming past him. Unless Foxblue decided to... the weave that Foxblue just did was probably an indication to Bigaga. I've seen that before. That is basically a sign of you may come past me, because Foxblue's tyres will be cold, but there could well be a fight between the Aston and the Ferrari before the end of the session. That's Skyzy jumping out of session. He had already left. Thank you very much, Alan, for the donation. Always appreciated. Let's double check what the figure is now up to. I shouldn't have done that, but I have done it now. So
there's not much. Well, I'll keep an eye on the battles. There could be Carlson catching up to Kenny again.
Yeah, bit of wheel spin though for Carlson, so he's definitely losing out on traction. We're now up to £220, so thank you very much for the donation.
Woohoo!
So any donation, no matter how small, is always very, very welcome for the Mind charity.
Montana's leading.
It's because Tima has come in. So Tima Zelenkovic has decided to come into the pits for some soft tyres. Ooh, now are we going to see some people going to the end on these medium tyres? Well, yeah, they probably can do it, but they will be horrible when they get there. But with the amount of time that Tima's gone on to medium tyres. Why have we done that? Why has he gone on to
what
mediums?
planet are you living on? Go on softs. Yeah. If you have softs, let's go on softs.
Okay. Well, he started on soft, but he had more than one set, surely.
Yeah, you should have two. You should have one more set. You should have one more. You use one for quali. You use one for the start. Yeah. You should have one more.
Oh well, that's what he's decided to do. As a Silent Thief has also come in the McLaren. He's getting rid of those hard tyres, I am guessing.
Don't go on mediums, please. Softs, yay!
Softs, there we go. Oh, we have got we've got a trio here. Blackberry Hall has been caught by the soft shod Ferrari and Aston Martin, but I can't see that Blackberry Hall's going to be able to put up any kind of opposition here. Bigaga had a look at the inside line coming up towards the castle section. That's already claimed somebody by trying to go side by side. We don't want another one parking to the side of the road. There goes the Ferrari. Blackberry. Oh, and the Alpine nearly bouncing off the wall on the run down towards 10-15. But Blackberry managing to keep the car going in a straight line. Foxby doesn't want to be caught behind the Alpine. Oh, don't make the move there. You don't need to. As Carlson loses out to Zelenkovic. Montana is in, so he didn't feel his tyres could go all the way to the end. Oh, goodness me. Kenny's going to be real popular here. He's been bracketed here. Carlson one side, Kenny the other.
Oh, my goodness.
As Montana now comes out of the pits. Oh, that's... so it's a three-way fight for the top spot, but obviously Tima's tyres are brand new, whereas Carlson and Kenny are on very used tyres. So Tima Zelenkovic will just dance off into the distance, so he didn't need soft tyres in the end. He still will maintain the lead.
Yeah, I do, but he started in second place, and he was on the soft tyres at the start of the race, of course.
He was.
And some people saying in the chat the softs are useless. I could testament
for 5 laps. I'm sure they'd be fine.
I can't remember what I did around Baku last. I think I did soft medium. I think I remember doing. So I started on softs and then I did 2 medium stints. I think.
I would have thought for 5 laps the softs would last, but then I'm renowned for getting tyre strategy calls wrong. As
I've got strategies wrong loads of times, even though I call
that's
people
another
out.
one gone. Fox Blue riding on board with him. I mustn't ride on board with people coming through the castle section. It was indeed. He tried to just cut that inside line a little bit too close, and well, that's half our field gone.
That is half the field gone because we had 18 runners.
Yeah, 9 down. So we will have everyone finishing with guaranteed a top 10 finish.
Woohoo!
Except I would still finish 12th.
Yeah, I would still finish like 22nd or something. And Carlson's in.
Carlson is in, so he didn't want to risk a puncture on those tyres. I mean, this is not exactly a kind tyre track, this one. So what would it be for him? Softs for him. Absolutely fine there. So Montana back up the third.
All the ones who did pit, like Montana pitted because he didn't want to get a puncher, so he had to. He didn't get caught in the carnage. Same with Carlson.
Yep. So
I think Tima's got his in the bag.
Well, not unless the castle bites him as well. It's pretty much the only thing that can stop Timus and Linkovic.
Don't go on board with him through Castle then.
Where is it? Oh, he's just coming up to Castle. Look away! So our closest battle at the moment is Blackberry, Horton and Carlson, but Carlson's just come out of the pits on fresh softs. Blackberry is looking to go to the end on those hard tyres. I mean, he probably could pit by now. Would he come out ahead of Andrea? Well, if he would come out on much better tyres than Andrea, so he might want to think about that. Either way, he's going to stick to his strategy. Oh no, side by side coming up to the castle. Okay, they resolved it. I was just thinking, don't do it, but Castle managing to get that move done before the castle section, so they live to survive another day. As our race leader heads towards the line to start the last but one. Lap 24. How many will we have left? Will we have anybody else fall victim to the wall?
Mostly the castle section.
Mostly the castle section, which is shocked is no one by that.
No. Somehow I find the castle section a lot easier on this game compared to previous games. Sometimes I always get damage in the castle section. Montana at the moment is going to get a point for fastest lap. He's done a 140.7.
He's closing
How is he doing? How is he doing that?
When
he's been up for like 20 something hours. That is, he's six tenths behind Kenny, and he's weaving his tires. He's weaving his tires. Don't weave your tires too much. You don't want to be out the race.
Yeah, he's either that or he just really wants to make it clear to Kenny, I'm coming. I'm sure Kenny knows. And there we go.
Kenny did not challenge. Kenny did not challenge. He knew his tyres was dead.
Yeah, well, there was no point. There was no point Kenny even attempting that. Yeah, and a slight weave of thank you there from Montana. Either that or he's delirious. You know, another reason why I couldn't do that many races in a row is I race in VR. Can you imagine how hot someone racing in VR would be after this length of time?
I did Zandvoort practice yesterday, and even after 36 laps, my shoulders were aching. That was just to iron out what the strategy was going to be and how much fuel I was going to use. So
yeah, I mean, racing in VR, you obviously got the weight of the head. The headset's not necessarily heavy, but it is still a weight on your neck.
Dan raced in the Creator Series yesterday with VR, and you can hardly see on the visor when it's raining.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But also, it's the heat. You do sweat when you.
Not Dan Field, Dan Gilligan.
Well, I mean, either way, you sweat when you race in VR for a period of time. Ah, there's a name I recognise.
David Christie.
Mr. Christie. It is indeed, Mr. Christie. You're right there, pal. Oh, a very fabulous commentator that has done many great things. I had a great joy of working with David once or twice.
Same.
Yeah, so a cracking wee Scotsman. So good to have you in the chat, sir. We are on round 18 of the scheduled 21. And as you can see, Baku has been somewhat unkind to our field. We can't really blame the circuit. We can only really blame the
drivers.
The impatience of some drivers. But that's the nature of the beast, though. Carlson is closing in on Bagaga for fourth. So in the last two laps, we will have a challenge here. Oh, lots of lockup, lots of Pirelli being left on the tarmac, as per usual. But this, can you imagine if it starts raining now? It looks actually there's a lot of clouds up there.
Nah, Chris, it's not going to rain now. Surely not. If it was going to rain, it was going to rain at the end of the race.
Oh, Carlson, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely barrels it down the way down to 15. I think Bagaga was either he had a moment of oversteer or he was trying to let Carlson go. But that was not a place I expected the overtake to happen. I thought it was going to be here. But unless there's damage...
Final lap.
Is there damage on the Ferrari? I'm not entirely certain. But we are on the final lap indeed. The race being dominated by Timus Zelenkovic. No matter how many safety car restarts there were, he kept his cool, kept his composure, and at the moment he's keeping that top spot.
And I think as it stands with with second and third DNFing, it looks like Montana will be champion at the end of this race.
Well deserved. Absolutely well deserved.
Exactly. But we still got the battle between second, third, and fourth in the standings between BBE, BC, and ATX. And with ATX scoring in this race, they'll jump up massively, so they will probably go to second in the standings.
I was riding on board with Zelenkovic just to prove that the commentator curse is not that powerful. I can ride on board with someone at the castle section and they won't bin it into the wall.
Yes, so we'll have to do maths to be sure if Montana gets a title here, because obviously I forgot about ATX still running in this race.
Yeah, well, you can certainly do that, but I'm not going to attempt that. But
they're going to do the maths as we speak, so we don't have to worry about that.
True enough. Well, then. Oh no! No, we had one last retirement. And that was on the run to the on the castle section. I can see where that happened on the exit of turn 7. But your winner here in Baku is Timur Zelenkovic in the Red Bull. Montana will take yet another podium. Wiggle away, sir. You absolutely deserve it.
I think he knows. I think he knows he might have won the champion.
You utter hero for NSX. And then Kenny will come across the line, close between him and Carlson, but Carlson takes 4th. Bagaga comes across the line in 5th place. Andrea, a bit of a distant 6th, but he will claim 6th in the McLaren, not if you slide into the wall. Paul is chasing him home in the Mercedes in 7th.
Go on, Silent Thief, do it for the commentary team.
Now, Blackberry Hall technically will actually keep 9th because... well, actually, no, we won't because...
no, he won't. He'll get -5.
No, there we go.
He'll get...
No, yeah, that's true. He would get -5 because he hasn't seen... That's a shame because he'd gotten that far and just was too exuberant in the exit of turn 7, it looked like. And won't gain the spoils of war for that. But Andrea comes home in 6th. Paul in 7th. Silent Thief 8th in the end. Where did we last comment on the commentary team position? 14th, something like that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the last 2 races they've scored pretty well.
And the sad part is the sad part of that is that a certain Mr. Ricardus was quite pleased with his performance when he was racing
in China.
In China, yeah, and that through everyone else retiring will beat that performance as far as finishing position is concerned. I mean, had the race in Brazil counted, it would have been a top 5, I reckon, for Mr. Ricardus. But there we go. Klein Drac comes over the line, the last car to finish, and finished 9th. Oh, Kenny got the the driver of the day vote in the end. So there's, I think, another few points. The points being tallied up.
Wait, I can confirm Montana is your 24 hours of mental health champion. It's official.
Well deserved. Well deserved. That's an absolutely phenomenal performance. And I don't think stewards are going to look into that with the fastest lap as well at Baku. So before stewards' intervention, not that they have very many people to intervene with after this one, it is Zelenkovic from Montana, Kenny from Carlson, Bagaga from Andrea, Paul from Silent Thief, Klein Drac being the last of your finishers. Those that didn't see the flag were Blackberry Hall, Fox Blue, a lot, yeah, Gablano, Skyzy, Nathanius Ricardus, Left 4 Dead, Matty, Thomas, and Fatty Bomboy.
And the one driver in the house didn't even make it through that one.
No. Oh my goodness me. Chaos and anarchy in the streets of Baku. But we aren't done there. 3 races remain in this series. So we will have a bit of a break. I'll put the background music on. I'll try and remember to loop it this time so it goes on more than once. And we will be back for round number 19. Now, this will be fun. It is Zandvoort. Do join us then. But again, as a reminder, we are raising money for the Mind charity for mental health awareness and support any amount, no matter how small, you can donate. Please head over to the GoFundMe link in the linked in the stream chat. Any donation is always very well earned. We'll be back soon with round number 19. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 19. We're closing stages now of the 24 hours of mental health, or racing in. I was going to say memory of, if only mental health was a memory, but we are raising money for the Mind charity, raising mental health awareness and support for anyone and everyone, really. Words are just absolutely failing me. See, I don't do mornings. This is why I don't do mornings.
None of us do mornings in the commentary box.
So true. Myself, Chris Buxton, alongside the lovely Jess Ball. It has been really, really quite an event, hasn't it? It's you and I were both part of the 24 hours of F1 tail ender last year, and this has gone really, really well. So huge kudos to all the teams and the organisers in the background. We commentators just turn up and shout for a while. We turn up when we're told to, but there's so much organisation. There's so much planning and cooperation that goes on behind the scenes. It's not the work of a moment at all.
Yeah, massive shout out to the likes of Nathan, Will, Dara. I'm trying to remember who else is in the organising team, but thanks to everyone that's helped put this together as well. It's a great event, a huge amount of money being raised, and it's at a time when mental health is needed right now, with cost of living crisis in the UK right now, a lot of things happening in the world politically as well, and yeah, it's just a great cause that is close to, I think, everyone's hearts. And yeah, I hope the rest of the event goes well as well. We've still got 3 more races still to go. We got Zandvoort, which is quite an interesting track. We got, I believe, Austria and then Silverstone. So 3 amazing tracks in Europe, of course. And it's a great fitting because most of Europe are awake right now. But yeah, good to have you along. And I've seen in the chat, there's a big fan of you in the chat there.
So I miss you at WOR. I still do WOR, sir, in case you hadn't noticed. But
Mondays at 8 p.m.
I do indeed. I will be back in the WOR box with certain Mr. Ricardus tomorrow. But we are counting down to our next qualifying session. Thank you to those that have been with us live and those catching up with us post-event. Your company is always very much appreciated. But enough of the waffle. We are heading trackside as the countdown is done. The weather was still set to dynamic as far as I know. Who's doing this quaddy lap? You are. I'm doing the race start, aren't I?
Yeah, we switched around. Whoever is... Yeah, so we're doing the opposite. Do you want me to tell you a little bit about the track before we get going? Because I know it's going to be a while. First opened this track in 1948. It was mainly due to the enthusiasm that swept across Europe in the post-war, as it were. First Grand Prix back in 1952, Alberto Ascari dominating that race. It was a 1-2-3 for Ferrari. Well, there's no free cars in Ferrari here, but there could be Ferrari-powered cars. Back in
T1.
Wow. Look at that weather.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Well, it's certainly going to be fun if that carries over to the race. Oh, Nordic Ninja was talking about when I was covering Tier 1. I would love to be back in Tier 1, but that is not my decision to make, nor is it my spot to commentate on. I would love to, but that is not for me to decide. But yes, we have a very, very... That's not mild rain. That's bad.
No, that's I think that's Inters, probably, as far as I'm aware.
It is Inters, but this is not an easy track to deal with in the dry.
Yeah, it is not easy. It's a lot of traction needed. We're going on board with David this time as he heads towards the start-finish straight, past turn 14 and in towards turn 1 of Tarzan, which is really, really nice corner. Absolutely love that corner. Sweep through turn 2, a slight right-hand bend, that slight lift off the front in the wet. You need a bit more braking. And now you're facing turn 3, Hugenhotz. Steepy bank left-hander, heading toward the fast chicane now. One of the most iconic corners of the circuit, heading towards now turn 4 of Hunsrück and turn 5. And now heading towards turn 6 of Slotmaker. I can't even pronounce those names, so any Dutch people in the chat. I do apologise. Now heading towards turn 7 of Shivak as well, trying to avoid the curb as much as you can as they head towards turn 9, botch 9 and botch 10. And if you're wondering, botch means turn. And now heading towards the bank straight. DRS is obviously disabled in these cars as well. He's actually not doing too bad, but he's currently down in 14th. Montana is currently on pole position at the moment, heading towards Kunumhombot in turn 13. And one of my favourite corner names now heading towards Arjelindyk for the final few moments of the lap as he heads towards the start finish straight up. So he goes, and it'll be Montana on pole with a 59, but David comes across the line with a lap that I couldn't see. But Montana is on pole yet again.
It was a 17 something or other. But again, Montana, yeah, he's got 3 wins. We can say he, not the team, because he's a one-man team for this entire event. He has claimed the overall championship before the NXX squad. But as for this race, the grid looks like so. Montana and Timo Zelenkovic will take the front row. Carlson and Lewis Innes from Scotland will be on row 2. Fox Blue and Jobo, row 3. That's Sleb or Sieb? I think it's Sieb. And Fatty Bomboy, he's done quite a lot of races as well through the series, will be on row 4. The Chunga's coat. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult for me to say without laughing. Dara is the commentary representative this time. Take on row 5. Brent and Slaug on row 6. Justin Chevalier and David on row 7. And I didn't get any further down the list than that. Will it be rain for the start of the race? Answer is...
Drum roll, please. No.
Ah, disappointing. The clouds are still there. The clouds are still there and threatening it, but we have had. My mind still boggles that Monaco was a forced wet race. That one is absolutely unreal.
Wait, was it? Why?
Well, so I was told. I didn't watch it. I was asleep at that point, but I was told.
Yeah, I was asleep. I think it was at 1 a.m. or something, or 3 a.m.
Yeah, as much as I'm more a night creature, I'm not that much of a night creature. I would be
me neither.
I'm struggling to be sensible at this time of the morning, let alone then. A wet into wet at Monaco. Oh, good God.
And luckily there was no safety car, apparently, according to Nathan.
Well, yeah, you'd still be running Monaco now if you had safety cars there.
Exactly.
Well, we've seen how the qualifying has gone then for Zandvoort. Let us see then, can Montana make it 4 wins in the series? I think the only team, I was just looking at the championship standings. NPC in this later stages of the series have got, I should say championship really. They've got 3 wins on the bounce. Were it not for Las Vegas where they retired. Which is a bit of a shame because they won at Bahrain before it, and then at Saudi, and then at Baku, as we've just seen. So a great resurgence there from NPC.
Could they still get second in the championship? It'll be a tough ask.
I think it's a bit of too much of an ask. I would think.
Oh yeah, they have the 30s and 34. No, never mind.
Yeah, I think that's too much. The commentary team are joint 9th with TGF at the moment. No bias, remember, and only 2 points behind BBC. Again, no bias. So we're hanging on in there. We are definitely hanging on in there. It's all resting on Dara for this one.
But me and Chris are not racing.
You wouldn't want me to race. You would.
No, and you wouldn't want me to race because with no traction, especially on this game, I would struggle. So that's why I'm in the commentary box rather than racing.
Oh dear. Right, we are just waiting for the drivers then to ready up to select their strategies, select their setups, and then we will get round number 19 underway. Here we go then. The 5 lights come on. We know this process. It is time to wind them up and to let them go. And that's a good start from pretty much everybody by the look of it. Lots of side-by-sides going on. It's a pretty short run down towards turn 1. As that's a struggling Aston Martin. I think it was Taipan that has fallen down to the tail end of the field. Let's have a look at the tyres. Big range of tyres going on here. Mostly hards just. Oh, that's trouble. Oh, that's
Chungus.
Chungus Goat and David have fallen down to the back of the field. A penalty for David. No, so for Nat Benny, I think I said, for contact there. Already, we didn't even do one sector before the VSC is out. Nat Burney in the second Ferrari with that 5-second penalty for apparently impact with Chungus Goat. Well, at least the VSC will not will mean that the field won't spread out too far. But that's a missing wing there for the Williams of David, I think it was. And the missing front wing for Zlaug in the second McLaren. So yes, lots of carbon fibre missing there. Hence the VSC. But hopefully the VSCs don't tend to last too long. But this will kind of make people rethink their strategy somewhat. Montana leads teamer, leads Carlson. Your top three.
Yes, not surprised with the top three at the moment. Obviously, NPC doing very well in Baku last time out. Brilliant job. So their resurgence is definitely welcome. They're both on the medium tyres though, Montana and Zengtich. The mediums can last quite a bit around it. Oh no, Chungus again has made contact with David in the pit lane.
Okay. So VSC still out. Although people seem to be really flying, and the VSC apparently still out. There we go. VSC.
No, he's got a drive through.
No. Well, I wonder if that'll be appealed because the people were really flooring it, and yet the VSC was still visible on our screen. I wonder if there was a bug there that it was not visible to them. So that could because I couldn't work out why Montana had gone with the VSC still out there.
You can't appeal a drive-through, Chris. You can't.
Good point. No, I forget. Yeah, you can't appeal a drive-through. Yeah, because of course it has to be served, and you can't give that time back. So, that's unfortunate.
He's won the championship anyway.
True enough.
Well, he wants to win in on the race. He wants to try and get the most wins. Exactly.
Absolutely so. So Montana leads the way then. And there he goes. He's serving his drive-through straight away. That's going to hand the lead over to Timo Zelenkovic. He's being chased by Carlson. Lewis Innes in the second Red Bull. Hard in pursuit. Side by side there. Fatty Bomboy and Sieb going side by side through Tarzan. And they live to survive another day. The banking is so, particularly through Auri Lyondike, the banking is hard enough for you to fall out the car. It's really quite bonkers.
I've hit the wall quite a few times during practice, so it is hard to try and get your bearings right for that corner as well as the turning. You don't use ERS in banking, please, in Iron Dyke. Don't do it. I've seen people go off due to people having their ERS on. Then just wait until you pass the banking and onto the straight. That's my advice. But interestingly, that Fatty Bumboy's gone for the soft. So was Ruby and the Bill Collector and Zommans. We've got Zenglicic on the mediums, and we got second, third, and fourth on the hard tyres. We've got a mixed bag around Zandvoort as well. It is a track where it is known for not having that bad tyre wear, but fuel is a big issue, so they would want as many safety cars as they can. And we've got Zommans, as I was just saying, that has gone and had a spin. And here comes Fatty Bumboy, who sets the fast lap of the race towards turn number one. We've got one of the Red Bulls that gone wide. That is BBE of Lewis. Down into fourth place. So Fatty Bumboy is like, thank you very much. That's my podium well in sight right now. But shame for BBE, but they're scoring points at the moment. And yes, that's a commentator's curse.
Yeah, very true. When the DRS comes available, it will go from first to 11th. As Slough gets the fastest lap, he's very much on his own towards the tail of the field, having had to pit on the opening lap. So lots of positions to go for. Now, this makes you think we are expecting rain at some point. Some thinking is going to arrive earlier than others do. The amount of cloud cover would certainly indicate that it is possible.
We can't see if there's rain.
Yeah, indeed. It would be very helpful if we could, but we've never been given that option in any of the F1 games. We have to rely on others telling us.
Or other systems. No rain. Okay, thanks, Nathan. And
boo.
Yeah, boo.
Up top, though, Carlson challenging for the lead. The hard-shod Williams trying to go for the outside line around Tarzan. It's not usually going to yield, and it doesn't on this occasion. But Carlson's not willing to just sit there and let the laps roll by as, a challenge for 12th as well. That's Ruby and Taipan that are still side by side. The Aston and the Alpine, they're still going. Oh no, that's the Alpine pitch towards the wall. Manages to keep his front wing just about intact, but that's an unfortunate end to that particular battle.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shame as well. You have to be very risky around that corner, but he tried to avoid it, but couldn't quite do it, unfortunately. But he's luckily got no damage, so he's able to carry on his pursuit, but for a lower position at the moment. DRS is activated for some drivers, and I'm starting to see Bumboy closing, but unfortunately not quite close enough. But you never know with the downforce on these cars. Now, this is a high downforce circuit. Most people will be running 50 on the front wing, but for people that are running lower than that, they're going to try and be very brave on that front. As we've got Carlson side by side. It's towards turn number 1, and the DRS being very overpowered around this circuit, and he's got past as well. Has Fatty Bumboy had a bit of a no, it was not Fatty Bumboy. It was Dima. Yeah, he had a bit of a squirm through turn number 2, but he's got going again.
Yeah, he did have a bit of a moment there that has kept it on the black stuff, which, as we've seen, is not always the easiest thing to do. And this track is very, very twisty and very narrow. Bear that in mind when drivers are trying to pressure for an overtake. There is not a lot of room. So, this is no... the American tracks tend to have very, very wide areas to pass. This does not. So the drivers do have to bear that in mind. If they make the move, they've got very little room to actually get the move completed. DRS openers say have their run down towards... that's the track map. Where are you? That's the Hans box for our lead crew. Now coming through Kuma and through Ari Lyondike. That's how much you lead in that particular part. As that's going to be a DRS overtake for Timus Lenkovic, who's caused a yellow flag. It is an Aston Martin. It was Taipan, sadly, that has caused a yellow. They're side by side there between Lewis and Sieb. No change in position there between the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull, but Fox Blue is waiting to do battle as well in the Aston Martin. Ruby is in the pits in the Alpine. Has he had enough of those starting soft tyres? Looks like it's going to be mediums for him.
Yeah, mediums. I think it is going to be, medium. Because I don't think he's going to last mediums to the end. I think if anyone was going to last to the end, they would go on the hards, I think, from lap 9 or 10. So he's probably banking for a safety car. It's the end that's off for IRT. He's got the car going, though.
Yeah, he's kept it out of the wall. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, that's trouble for this. Unfortunately,
safety car.
Zombus has hit the wall and lost his nose, and the safety car is deployed. We had enough of that last time around. We don't want any more.
Yeah, I think Bert Mylander has done enough laps, please.
Yeah. And into the pits comes pretty much the entire top half of the field, exactly as you would expect. The sun now starting to peek through the clouds. And that's Brent trying to overtake Dara on the pit lane entry.
And a bit of the brake mark balls in the pit lane has been taken off.
Yeah, to be expected. Lots of medium tyres. Lots and lots of medium tyres going on. But Tima, I think he had no choice. He had to go to the hard tyres there because I think he's already run the mediums. Oh, Taipan with a speeding into the pit lane penalty to make his day even worse. I mean, if you double stack now, you're going to lose out less because, of course, everyone has to gather behind the safety car anyway. So now Burton Mylander gets the FIA Aston Martin underway. And still a lot of cars in the pits. Just Ruby and Zommans that didn't or hadn't got there. Oh, no, that's Ruby coming in. And Zommans also. So that's the entire... Oh, Zommans couldn't slow down quick enough. And
he's out the race.
No! That's minus points for the Mercedes.
So minus points for retiring the pit lane and DNF him.
Yeah.
So is that minus 10?
No, that's minus 5, I think. Is it minus 10? I thought it was minus 5 if you didn't see the flag.
It is minus 5 if you DNF, but I'm sure you get minus points for retiring in the pit lane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, beg your pardon. That is minus 10 for that's Team Orion. that have had 10 away from them.
And Nathan has confirmed it is -10.
Yeah, my bad. I'd forgotten that one. And that's just habit, isn't it? That's what you tend to see in league racing, where if you've had a bad race, you bring it into the pits and you park it. Whereas, that is exactly what is discouraged in this series, because every finishing car scores points. So therefore, we want cars that can finish to finish, and the safety car was still out, so someone could have caught the back of the field. But I think he had been struggling in this race already. That's dropped Team Orion 2 positions.
Okay.
Ouch. That is
big oof.
A very big oof there. That's just how the points stand currently. We, of course, have 2 more races after this, so it doesn't mean it will stay that way. But because Team Orion are in a close battle with Team POR and also Team TNOR, the Netflix of racing esports. Some of these team names are brilliant, yeah. Taipan in the pits again. I don't know why. But the Aston's now coming back up, probably just to get us. That could be just to get a fresh set of medium tires specifically.
Honestly, though, I hope these guys do. I don't think it's on standard, but I hope these guys don't get rear wing damage around here, because rear wing damage around Zandvoort in particular is awful. You just in a normal league race, you may as well retire there and then, because you just can't keep the car straight. And, well, that was on F1 22.
Yeah, just gaffer tape it, you'll be fine. Gaffer tape is the fixer of all things.
Exactly. Safety car's in this lap. And it is MPC again, who is going to be leading the field away, with Carlson in P2, Fatty Bumboy in P3, and Fox Blue in P4. Jess knows especially a lot about damage. Of course I do. I commentate, and I also race in a league that has simulation damage. I race in a lot of leagues, my friend Frank. I try not to get damage, but anyway, we're about to get going once again. And I know Red Bull's going to leave it ridiculously late, knowing him, around Zandvoort. And is he going to go? Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Oh, that was close. They almost hit each other.
Now, he hasn't broken the rule. He hasn't gone and stopped. There he goes. He now has gotten on with it. But Carlson's had a pretty good launch right behind him. Again, because it's not a very big run down towards Tarzan, it's not going to be too costly if you haven't got that. Right, that's slow ground. And you've hit the wall in trying to recover.
-5 points.
No, that's -5. What is that? -10 because you've intentionally retired the car? Oh no, we've got another one out. Now
that's Chungus.
Chungus. Oh no, our favourite named driver has binned it.
And a safety car again. No.
Oh, Burn has just had a break. He couldn't even get his coffee poured, and safety car out again. Well, I'm assuming what happened to Chungus there was that either bounced off of someone, because that was into the wall, whereas Slag was an intentional retirement there. That's -15 to ATX, second in the championship.
Was that on purpose?
That was an intentional retirement. I was on board with him at the time. So he hit the wall, the car was still going, and he retired it there and then. So it was an on-track retirement. That's why it's a -15.
Oh, at least you're keeping tabs on the penalties.
Well,
I didn't know it was that.
Neither did I until I saw it on the scoreboard. So so whoever's giving
it's on the score. It's on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
on the
it
standing.
Is. On the standings page,
right.
Yes.
Oh, cheeky, thank the church. He was thinking about pitting.
I saw that. But he opted.
Very cheeky.
I mean, he will argue that he didn't enter the pit lane, but there was definitely a sign that he was about to, as Ruby's got himself 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Montana's in again.
Montana is in again. Fresh set of hard tyres. That would definitely see him towards the end, as the game won't decide he hasn't moved. There we go. So Ruby has come in as well, again copying the strategies, fresh set of hard tyres. Well, hopefully we're not going to see as many safety cars. Well, at least by this point in Baku, we'd run out of safety cars. There is at least that.
That's not giving me good hope about my race this evening, if we've had 2 safety cars already around there. Yeah. I just
Well-
hope that the racing later on is not, you know, people don't hit the wall because, yeah.
Well, you'll have to be the one that doesn't banzai the wall.
Yeah. Zoma didn't know that it was -10 for retiring the pits. Well, you should have read the rules, my friend.
Well-
You should have attended the briefing. It was.
It's been the
discussed.
rule. It's been the rule all the way through. I'm afraid. Other people
Well,
have
at least
fallen
if you
foul
don't
of
know
it.
now, if you don't know now,
You know
now you do.
Now you do. Yeah.
Yes, as Nathan says, read the rules, my friend.
Right so. Well, the pack didn't quite form quick enough to have the.
Zoman stepped in last minute. Fair enough. You didn't know.
That is the rules. Oh, is Tima coming in this time? Nope, he's decided not to.
Again? Oh my god.
Well, he wasn't quite as blasé about it this time.
No. Ruby's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
He does. So that, at the moment, won't make a difference because he is at the back of the field. But with the unpredictability of sim racing, that may well come back to bite him a little bit later on. But the pack has now formed. The reason why the safety car is still out is that the pack has to form some distance before the end of Sector 2 is generally there's no kind of exact ruling on it, but where Sector 2 ends, if the pack has formed up, then the safety car will be declared as coming in. Tends to be the ruling. It can happen a little bit after the beginning of Sector 3, I believe, but by and large, the rule of thumb I use, if the pack isn't formed by the end of Sector 2, the safety car will go around again. The pack quite clearly is formed. So I am expecting the safety car in announcement to come probably after turn 10, which is here.
I think the middle of turn 10.
It's somewhere between here and the Hans As spot. And there it is. So,
Hey.
so now Tima, once again, he's backed up the pack quite a few times. Quite a few times.
At least people know. At least Carlson will know this time on what Tima's going to do, or will Tima do the opposite and absolutely floor it in Iron Dyke?
Well, I mean, there's one thing knowing how the previous restart went. It's another thing just to keep up with Tima's Lenkovic in the first place.
Exactly. But Zeglev is going to get to the end on those hard tyres. But don't forget, we have people that just pitted. So they're going to get to the end. So let's see what Zeglev is going to do.
Round and nearly falling out of the car once again as we come through Ari Lyndike.
Oh.
Fair amount of weaving
It's
going
going to
on.
be the same time. It's going to be the same time, I think, or maybe slightly later. Here he goes.
There he goes. And again, the lead car always has that advantage on when they floor it. But because the run is not particularly long down towards Tarzan, the penalty for not getting it right isn't quite so severe as Justin Chevalier. We haven't mentioned him so far. That's one of the baguette cars. Has gone through into 6th side by side right behind them. Brent and Lewis. Lewis in this he started well, but unfortunately has fallen a little bit through the field. Oh, so they're still side by side a little bit. And they finally managed to resolve that issue between the Alfa Romeo and Red Bull. So that was for 7th place. The rest of the field have survived the opening few corners. Fox Blue getting very close to the back of Fatty Bomboy for 3rd place. Everyone on broadly the same length of tyre wear, if not the same compound. It's roughly half and half. I think there's slightly more medium tyres out there than hard at this point. They come through and I can't get the corner names out. Through Kumo, through Ari Lyndike once more. DRS not yet available to everybody. As look at Timo, he went straight for that defensive posture. He knows that he's going to be challenged in these early stages. No contact between Fox Blue and Fatty, but no spin there. Overtakes slightly further down the field as there's Nat Burney side by side with Taipan for 14th place. The Ferrari just about winning out on that one. David and Montana have also swapped round. Our champion for this series is on the hard tyres and looking to make his way through the field.
He's still going as well. Montana has raced in every single race so far. He can literally miss the final two. He can miss the final 2 races and still be champion.
Very true indeed. Absolutely unreal performance there from Montana.
But the battle for second and third, though, we've got to keep an eye on that. At the moment, it's between ATX, BBE, and BG. About 8 points separating the 3 of them. So at the moment, ATX is on top of those. They're in second place at the moment after their brilliant performance in Baku. I was trying to figure of the last chat. It has been so long, so many. Apparently, they've got -15. No, they haven't. ATX don't have -15.
Yeah, they do, because Slaug was the ATX driver.
Oh, I thought Carlson was an ATX driver.
He does have ATX on his tag, but he's obviously not. That'll be why Carlson's not in the McLaren.
Is he the TG? I'm just trying to think.
Carlson's racing the Williams at the moment, so is he XPG?
It might be XPG. Actually. Yeah, it is XPG.
So
Stop being confusing.
This doesn't help us when we've got multiple drivers driving for multiple teams.
Exactly. Just put your team, unless you're console, which is hard. But if you're on PC, put your team name in the brackets. If you're on PC, it makes it easier.
If you are on console, do your racing properly. Go over to PC. PC Master Race. End of story. And I will die on that. And I will die on that hill. Right.
Yeah, you've been on PC. Oh, we got a battle for the lead between Xbox, XPG, and NPC. Oh, he almost got a good line there, but Siglicic closed the door quite nicely through turn number 2, heading towards now the banking of turn 3. And he stayed ahead.
There's another thing to bear in mind, because overtaking is really quite tricky here in Zandvoort. If you are in an early advantageous position, so in this case, obviously Tima leading the way, he can defend easier than Carlson can attack, because there's not many opportunities to try and make the big moves. So being on the harder tyre is less of a disadvantage to Tima.
And it could get to the end of the race, but it's gonna be hard to manage until the end of the race. Fair play to those of them who are going on to the hard tyres, but it is a strategy in league racing, as I don't think I'll be able to do it. All my league races are 2-stop race. Montana has got past Geordie up into 11th, so he's 1 place below the top 10 at the moment, and he's chasing down Sieb for 10th. But let's watch the battle for the lead as Tima takes the right-hand side line through turn number 1, shuts the door on Carlson once again.
Oh, that's close.
That was closer towards turn number 1 of Tarzan, which is a lovely corner. And is he going to take the high line or the low line? Well, he's going to keep the high line for now. And they're not moving. They're what Carlson is doing is saving his battery, saving his tyre life, and keeping his temperatures into good stead. Same with the likes of Timo as well, because you don't want to have no battery. I used quite a few bits of battery around Zandvoort in practice yesterday, and I didn't use it after that, and it was already on like 20%. It used up a lot around here. And fuel. But luckily we had safety cars, so hopefully they should have enough fuel by now. DRS enabled for Carlson in towards turn 11 and 12. Again, doesn't get past, but I wonder if he's going to go for a move on the banking.
He looks set to, doesn't he? He's certainly close enough to try and challenge for the race lead. But like you say, is he trying to? Is he trying to take the lead at this point, or is he just going to stay there, recharge the battery, overtake deployed? So that looks like he's going to go for it. Oh, robust defense there from Tima, and also slightly further back, there's impact. Oh no, there's a spin, then there's Jobo that came into contact with Foxblow on the run towards Tarzan. Thankfully his car is ghosted, so he is able to rejoin in that manner. But an unfortunate end to that particular fight going on. But Carlson still hasn't made the move for the lead.
Nope, he hasn't. He hasn't gone for that move yet. But he is still trying to make head or tail of it. At 4 tenths separating them. The top 9 are in the same DRS trade. Montana, by the way, is up in the top 10 now.
He is indeed inside the top 10. He's just basically minding his own business and waiting for everyone else to fall off the road. But we know how quick he is. He's champion of the series, of course, but even outside of that, he is a phenomenal driver. So if anybody can make a strategy like this work, you know, no matter what adversity is thrown his way, he's still able to really make good on the results. He's got 3 wins in this series, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more podiums. And yeah, he's finished and that's another thing. He's finished every single race.
Wow.
Oh, Dara's having a look at 8. Oh, Seb's fallen off the road. Oh, very.
Every other team has DNF'd at least once.
Other than the one-man team.
Yeah.
As into the pits comes Jobo. New front wing going on the AlphaTauri. Fresh set of mediums as well. As Carlson still in the tyre tracks of the Red Bull. As that's Chevalier. Oh,
that's the connection. That's huge for the championship.
Yeah, that's Justin Chevalier. Didn't quite see how that incident took place, but that was on the run through. Where was that? Was that Huguenot's? No, that was Master in turn 9, where that's Dara. Dara. Anyone else we can understand, but you're representing us. Carlson's going for the lead now. Tima this time staying to the racing line, didn't go for the defensive posture, and the Williams up into the lead now.
That penny is off.
Oh dear. Oh, trouble then for Nat Burney in the Ferrari. That was coming through Ari Lyondike.
I'm trying to find out what team, but that's hard to tell. I don't know.
Not
remember.
Certain on that one. There's the one downside of having one car per team. As opposed
TNOR.
TNOR. Oh, okay. So an unfortunate one for them.
Yeah.
Dara, you should be racing, not typing.
-5 points for being under AI. Joking.
So the top 2 then breaking away. Fatty is on the real risk of losing DRS to the top 2. And even though it may not be as effective here as in some other circuits, it's still fairly a key component to keeping up with 2 very strong drivers. Now his team are going to go immediately for the lead once again. He's not deploying any kind of ERS. Oh, that was close. I was thinking, is he? Isn't he? And he didn't. And Fatty has lost DRS to the top 2 now, so he hasn't got that to defend against Fox Blue. So it's going to leave the Haas somewhat high and dry along that start-finish line.
I think his tyres are toast, I think, with his 13 lap on mediums. So I think it'll be around about the 45%, because he's been pushing quite a lot. And look at Fox Blue. Fox Blue and Brent 1404 catching up to the back of Fatty Bumboy. Luckily, though, Fatty Bumboy has 2 sets of mediums left, but there will be some people at the end that will be going on to a set of the soft compounded tyres. We've got BBE catching up to this trainer as well, so that could be quite interesting in terms of their fight for second place. By the way, BBE had 3 DNFs in a row.
Oof. Yeah, they have indeed.
Was it Vegas?
Oh, we've lost Geordie. We have lost a car.
VSE.
And there it is. Just saw the wreckage of the car.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was a big moment on the run between. Where was that? That was from.
That's between.
That's before Kubo.
That's before turn 13. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of people in the pits. Soft tyres coming out. A bit earlier than I was expecting, but soft tyres onto Brent.
That is early. That's not going to get to the end of the race.
Well, Sieb and Dara has done the same thing. So, again, they could be hoping for another safety car to come out of some description. That's what that strikes off to me, at least. But bear in mind, this is a virtual, not a physical safety car, so they can't all bunch up. And once the, quote, incident has been tidied up, the race will be back underway.
I'm surprised there was no safety car for that.
I'm surprised there was no safety car for that either, considering where the car was, but that's what the game has given us. It's gone for virtual rather than physical. Now, I wonder if whether we're going to face the same issue again. Because on my screen, the VSC went off.
Oh, Ruby.
No, I think that's a bug again because the VSC went off and then immediately came back on again. I reckon that it's going off but to the drivers, but it's not coming off on circuit. So I think those drive-through penalties... Well, it depends if he serves it, because if he doesn't serve the drive-through penalty...
No, he has to. He has to within 3 laps.
Yeah, that's true, because we're not close enough to the end of the race, are we? Oh, no, that's another one then that... where it looks like a bug to me because everyone is flooring it and then someone's getting a penalty for speeding under the pit lane. There he goes. Oh,
he comes in and serves it. Oh, by the way, Montana is up to 5th place.
Yeah, I saw that. Unbelievable.
And he can get to the end of the race.
He can. Yeah, he absolutely could on those tyres, of which we have, 13 and a half laps to go. And Montana is closing in on this fight for what is now the lead, actually, between teamers Carlson and Fatty. Well, these three have been in the top 3 for the whole race, near enough, with Fox Blue right there ready to do battle. And Montana is going to make it a quintet, all arguing for that top spot on the podium.
And don't forget, Montana's on newer rubber as well compared to these guys, so I would expect him to close in them up rapidly. And watch out for Brent. He's on those fresh softs. And also Lewis and Justin on the mediums. Watch out for them towards the end of the race. They could be back in it if they can close up, which is going to be an ask. But I know the medium runners, 2nd, 3rd and 4th will definitely pit. So it'll be the likes of Brent, Lewis and Justin and David that will be fighting for the podium. As Brent does get fastest lap of the race. So some of these drivers have got to get a move on, of course. We are raising money for Mind at the moment. Current total as it stands is £230. So thank you so much to the 15 of you that have donated so far. It is still not too late for you to do so as well. So the target is £1,000. I'm still surprised we haven't got Nathan to sing yet. And I know Chris is very eager to get Nathan to sing.
Well, it's your fault for that one being in existence in the first place. Was it not you that came up with that incentive for the 24 hours of F1 last year?
No, that was Josh.
Oh, I'm blaming you anyway. You're here.
That was Josh's idea because Josh wanted incentives.
And or did you choose what it was he was going to sing? You were involved in it some way, weren't you?
No. I didn't choose what to sing because I was busy at the time.
Oh, we've got pitters going in, so Carlson takes over the lead at the same time that Fatty has gone into the pits.
Fatty in the pits.
Fatty in the pits. As the clouds have now properly cleared away, it's going to be soft tyres going on to the Haas. So quite a few people opting for the softs at this stage. Obviously, they're fairly confident that they can get the car to the end on those tyres. We'll see how well that pays out for them. It seems quite a distance to me, but they know what they're doing, or they are inventing it as they're going along, either or. We will see. Fox Blue, now that he's lost his immediate playmate, he's got to push a bit so he doesn't lose DRS to the top 2. He's just about hanging on in there, but Montana is in DRS range to the Aston Martin with tyres that don't need to see the pit lane again. So exactly as you were saying earlier, Jess, he's in real good contention for a challenge for the win, but most certainly for a podium yet again.
The only team, he's a one-man team, but the only driver to not get a DNF in this event, which is very impressive. The lowest he has scored in the entirety of the event was around Abu Dhabi, and he scored 12 points in that race. Yeah. That was the lowest he scored.
Every other race, the minimum's been 25, and that was at Spa and Mexico in rounds 1 and 3.
Yeah, and then most of the time he's got 2nd and 3rd places.
Yeah.
Or 4th.
Or 4th, yeah. That's 4. Other than 3 rounds over 18, he's finished no lower than 4th.
That's it. He is a quick driver.
But that many in one city is just unreal. Absolutely unreal.
That's why NXX won the 24 Hours of F1 event, because Montana did quite a lot of them. And NXX is a fast team. So.
A very fast team, yeah. So true. Still plenty of racing out there to conclude, though. 11 laps remain here in Zandvoort. Carlson leads Timo Zelenkovic with Fox Blue and Montana in very close duel for third place. Now, we are expecting the medium runners of the top three, so that'll be Carlson and Fox Blue to come back into the pits at some point. And there we go. Both side by sides going on along that start finish straight. Timo Zelenkovic jumps up back into the lead. Montana does take that third position. Foxbury couldn't really offer any defense there. That gap from Brent to Foxbury is disintegrating, as you would expect. Fatty gets the fastest lap again on those soft tyres. So how much of those soft tyres are going to be remaining when the checkered flag falls is the golden question. Oh, Carlson, you looked a little bit uncomfortable there. Coming through.
How was he getting those mediums to last this long? This is absolutely crazy. I think he's going to have to box soon or hope for a late safety car.
Well, surely they've got a box again.
Yeah. If he doesn't, then he's weird.
he's a tyre wizard.
A tyre whisperer.
Tyre whisperer, yes.
And guess who was a tyre whisperer in 2022? Australia, Alex Albon. And guess what car he was in? Williams.
True enough. He would have been on the Williams then. Maybe there's something to be read in.
Oh, I've got a fact from Nathan. That's only team to not have any DNFs has finished in the top 6 every time, apart from one race where he finished 12th.
That's
what we just talked about, but with points rather than places.
But either way, it bolsters exactly what we were talking about. 6th being the lowest, with the exception of one race, we're coming home in 12th. Yeah, 6th in 17 races. All back to back. No breaks in the middle.
He deserved to sleep after it. But I don't think I could do 24 hours of racing. Yeah.
Most certainly. I know I can.
I know a few people who tried it on iRacing, like Jardier, and I think I know Hayden's tried it at one point as well. And Matt, what's his name? Matt, what's his last name? I don't even know. There's one iRacing YouTuber that does it quite a lot for most events. He gets disqualified for it, but he still has a bit of fun at least.
Yeah, it's because they haven't done the driver change. That's why they were
exactly. As long as you have fun, that's the most important thing. But we got a battle for the lead. It is XPG versus NPC for first place. Down the inside goes the Red Bull, and on those cars, it was inevitable that he would get past. And Carlson's next victim is Montana. And Fox Blue as well, still doing a cracking job there as well. Fatty Bumboy on the fresher softs gets past Justin up into 7th.
That he does. So the softs still holding well on the house, where they've only been on their 4 laps. So gets past Justin Chevalier, who was looking good for the baguette connection earlier on, but did have that moment that saw him go somewhat wide. Yep, Fox Blue's still hanging on in there. He's got the same tyre whisperer as Carlson. How those mediums haven't detonated yet is a question. I would imagine they're looking at their tyre wear meter, just hoping, hopes and pray that it doesn't raise too high. And even the medium runners are going to be struggling towards the end. So is there an opportunity for Brent to continue to close in? Well, he'll continue to close in, but how much life will be in those softs by the time he gets there is the question. The rest of the field fairly spread out at the moment, but still hanging on in there. 4 cars we've lost in the course of the race from a 19-car grid. As Timo Zelenkovic continues to lead from Carlson, from Montana. Those 3 now pretty close together. Fox Blue must have made a mistake somewhere, because he's now 2 seconds behind the top 3.
Those tyres are dead from Fox Blue. So and don't forget, fastest lap is worth a point. So if I was him, you're going to lose the time anyway to some drivers, and you're going to probably get a puncher. Go into the box, try and go fastest lap, because you're more than likely going to get it.
Who's got it at the moment?
Fatty Bomboy with a 110.5.
That he does.
That is what I could do in qualifying.
That's
embarrassing for me.
Well,
that's embarrassing for me, but good for Fatty Bumboy.
Yeah, the times that these guys are set in the wet, I could only dream of getting in the dry. So, you know, think about that for a minute. We're right on board with Montana, who's made his way back up into third place. He has the tyre advantage insofar as his tyres are 3 laps younger than the 2 ahead of him. Still no sign of the pit lane from Carlson.
Wow.
He's really pushing on. And he's going to be hoping and praying that they just don't explode, those tyres. Same with Fox Blue. No sign of the pit lane for him. Very condensed now, the top 3. So will Carlson choose to defend, or will he choose to let Montana go? If he chooses to let Montana go, I doubt the team is going to let him go. They were crossing towards quite a bit in Baku. So what will happen here? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell indeed, because we don't have long until Zandvoort ends, of course. And it is quite hot around it. These drivers have got to be aware of the fuel, but looks like the top 5 are fine on fuel. I think everyone's fine on fuel as well. It did help that there were safety cars, so they were able to save a bit of fuel then. But a lot of people, apart from Carlson has hardly used any ERS. Same with Singlechick, but Montana and Fox Blue hasn't got any at all, hardly. He's on 10%, and when you get past 10%, then you're pretty buggered in terms of ERS. By the way, fastest lap only goes to people if you're inside the top 10, which is 2 points. So if you're outside the top 10, you're pretty much screwed. So it's understandable why Carlson is trying to stay out, because if he does get to the end with these tyres, that'll be good. I think anything past 75% is puncher territory. So good luck if you get to the end there.
Well, we got 5 laps to go. Montana very close to the back of Carlson once again. Nowhere to make the pass here. Well, I have seen it happen. It is possible to make the move through the twisties, but very, very dangerous indeed, as Taipan has lost a spot under DRS to Sieb along that start finish straight. But both of them same lap of tyre, same same amount of wear amount of laps rather on their tyres. Of course, Taipan on the medium ones. So we'll be able to go a bit longer. Brent still closing into the back of Fox Blue. Fox Blue's had to use his ERS a bit more because he doesn't have DRS and doesn't have it by quite some distance now over the top 2. That's how costly it is to lose DRS here in particular. But carrying on nonetheless. 4.2 seconds separates the Aston from the ever-charging Alfa Romeo behind him. But the tyre advantage is slipping away for Brent now. 10 laps on those softs. They definitely won't be biting anywhere near as well as they were when they were first put on. I think the top 3 are just biding their time. Montana doesn't have a lot of ERS left to utilise, unlike the 2 ahead of him, although they have started to use a bit more now. So, teaming to try and defend from Carlson from Montana. But still, Montana with those three extra laps. At this stage of the race is where those 3 laps will make a bit of a difference on those hards. Justin Chevalier on the back of Fatty in the Haas for 7th place. Are they closing in on Lewis Innes in 6th? Well, they ought to be. Is the Red Bull able to maintain that gap? He himself is, I think he's closing back in on Brent for 5th. We could well have several battles forming in the final laps.
Yeah, and that could be different in terms of championship, because there's certain teams that are quite close in the championship standings, bearing in mind it might be for the lower half of the field, of course. And for some people, their tyres could just burn, as we've got Carlson still hanging on for dear life on the back of Singlechick. I think fair play to him if he gets to the end. But I think for him, he's just saving his battery to make sure that he doesn't push too much, because the more you burn your ERS with tyres like that, the more you're going to burn your tyre wear. But Montana is going to try. He's gone for the overtake. He's going to be brave and try to go for the move to turn 6. No, he doesn't go for it in turn 6. Turn 7, maybe? No, now he heads towards turn 8 and then towards turn 9 through that right-hand side. Rightfully so, he chooses to go for it.
Boy.
I think Montana knows that Carlson's tyres are dead, so he's not going to go for too brave of a move. He's probably gambling that he gets a puncher.
Ruby comes into the pits.
Oh,
Late the Alpine. Oh, go on.
I've had an insight from the chat. Tyres for Carlson are 70%.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Very, very
How would
uncomfortable.
you race with 70% tyres? I just can't. I just keep losing the back end all the time.
Well, as they come over the line to start
Now
the penultimate lap.
75.
Oh,
No.
puncture territory then for Carlson. Well, probably not only him. I would imagine Fox Blue is staring at it, thinking, please hold on, as Ruby comes out with fresh softs on, as Chevalier under DRS has managed to get back ahead of Fatty and the Haas. So the Baguette connection gaining one more spot. I doubt he's got enough to charge after Lewis Innes, well, enough time, I should say. But the top three still very close together. There's Montana just will not let go of the top two. As Carlson's used quite a lot of his ERS now. He's got about the same as Montana does. So Williams really, really struggling here.
Yeah, it looks like it, isn't it? He's dropping quite a bit. Oh, he's slowing down a bit. Hopefully it's not a puncher. No, it's not.
No, he's still going. There's Nat Burney also comes in. Fresh set of softs for him. In the Ferrari, they're about to be caught. Well, he's about to be caught by the leaders. Final
I'm
lap.
keeping an eye on second and fourth. I'm keeping an eye on second and fourth now.
Don't blame you.
Now
Final...
80. Oh my God.
Oh my. Well, I mean, he can't pit now. as Brent.
Oh, David
out
the race.
That's
Return 13.
Yeah. Well, the safety car won't come out now. It is too late. So that's another retirement. That's a crash that's happened there. But what is going to happen here? That's going to be the golden question. Can Carlson's tyres hang on? I don't think Montana's got enough time to try and challenge for the lead now, but either way, it's still going to be a good podium finish. Fox Blue's been caught by Lewis Innes and Brent as well, so the Red Bull got ahead of the Alfa Romeo earlier. Has Fox Blue got anything to defend with?
Does it look like it? Oh, we got two more. Oh, pile up.
Taipan and Jobo have come together. Where's that happened?
I wonder if it was two different places, because I know it was turn 5, I think it looks like. But we got, and Timo's won, Montana second.
Montana got second. Montana got second by less than a tenth.
And Carlson has survived. So has Fox Blue. Fair play to them with 29 lap old mediums.
Yeah,
I can't even do that.
Yeah, the tyres are intact, or the AI can't decide who's actually where on track at the minute. But so your winner here in Zandvoort, Timo Zelenkovic, Montana second, Carlson third, Lewis Innes fourth. Oh no, Justin didn't make it to the end. Or did he? No, yes he did. I think he retired after the event.
Yeah, he's retired after the event,
he did. I think he did.
He's good.
My goodness me. So Lewis Innes fourth, Fox Blue fifth, and by less than a tenth, Brent sixth place. His softs just completely dead at the end. Fatty seventh, Dara up into eighth for the commentary team in the end. Sieb 9,
Right.
and well, with other finishes going on in the wrong place, I don't know exactly who's where, but as the Ferrari of Nat Burney comes home apparently in 10th, but that may well be changed if people left the session a little bit early. And Ruby gets driver of the day.
He had a 5-second. He had a drive-through.
He had a late,
and he still finished.
And he pitted in the penultimate lap as well.
Oh, he's 18th to 14th.
Yeah, there you go. So, without Stewart's intervention, this is how the standings look. Timo Zelenkovic taking the win. Montana from going down to last, fighting his way through to finish in second in the end. Carlson third, Lewis fourth, Fox Blue fifth, Brent sixth. Fatty with the fastest lap still to his name. He got that quite a while ago and hung on to it in seventh. Dara 8th, Sieb 9, Nat Burney in 10th, Justin Chevalier 11. Taipan didn't finish along with Jobo. We think they came together at some point. Ruby did finish down in 14th. And those that didn't see the flag were David, Geordie, Chungus Goat, Slog, and Zomans. What a race. With only 2 left. Only 2 left. So as a reminder, we are raising money and awareness for the Mind charity. There is the GoFundMe link. Any donation, no matter how small, will be very, very much appreciated. We are still pushing towards that £1,000 target, so any help you can give would be hugely appreciated. But for now, for me, Chris Buxton, thank you very much, Jess Ball, for joining me on this trip.
Yeah, that was very good. That's us done. That's both of us done. Fair play to you for your stints, because you've done quite a lot.
Yeah,
but
I aggravated the commentary box quite a few times in this event, but yeah, it's been a great pleasure and a pleasure always to work with you again, Jess.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I believe it is on Mr. Richards, and it's either Darrell or Burke. They're both commentating in the last 2 hours, but I don't know which way around. But Nathan's doing the last 2 hours. We know that. So you'll have the pleasure of company of those two.
Stay with us whilst we have a quick break here. Hand the commentary reins back over to Mr. Richards for the final 2 races here at the 24 Hours Raising Money and Awareness for Mental Health. We will be right back.